Good afternoon. My name is Sharon Jameson, and I am a life coach, an activist, a minister, a mom, a business owner. And I hope you can join me. It's around 2:30 on a Saturday. Thought I will pop in. I just had an opportunity to speak to some other high-powered, highly successful social justice women. And I thought I would share some of the thoughts and some of the information that we shared today because we talked about how to navigate a transition in your life. And I'm using StreamYard, so I cannot see who you are. So just want to let you know I'm using StreamYard. But I want to leave you three principles that I want you to think about in your own life as you are navigating career changes and life changes and relationship changes. Three factors that I think is going to really help you make these changes without turning back to who you used to be. The first thing I want you to consider, and if it's something that really speaks to you, please share. The first thing I want you to consider, and I wrote them down, is that if you stay rooted, you won't run. Again, if you stay rooted, you won't run. And what I mean by that is when you are making changes in your life, if you stay rooted in your truth, rooted in your perspective, rooted in what you believe in the world, you won't run when it gets scary. Because when you start changing who you are, people will resist you. People will gossip about you. People will talk behind your back. People will threaten you. People will coerce you. But when you are rooted, you won't run. So it's really important to get rooted in who you are. Rooted while you are making these changes, rooted in your why, rooted in your own self-understanding. Because when you are rooted, you won't run and you won't be concerned when people don't like you, when people resist you, when people gossip about you. So get rooted. And when people come against you because, hey, Anna, because they don't like what you're doing, they don't trust your perspective, they don't like who you love, they don't like that you're changing your job or your profession, you will not be deterred. So the first thing, get rooted so you won't run. The second thing I want you to consider is that people will only understand what they can. People will only understand what they can. Here's the truth. God gave you the revelation. God, source, divine, or whoever you believe, right? Whoever is that source in your life, gave it to you. And because you're the only one with the message, everybody might not understand what you're doing. People might think that you're unconventional, unorthodox. But if it's something that you have been inspired to do, you have to remember your purpose does not come with the amen section, right? Your purpose, your life's work does not come with the cheering squad. So oftentimes you're going to have to move by yourself and move alone without a lot of support. It's just the way things happen. Many times people cannot understand what's calling you higher, what's calling you in a different direction. And sometimes they won't get on board until you have already made significant strides in the world. It's just called life. But don't get upset that people don't have maybe it's the capacity or the spiritual horsepower or the intellectual horsepower to get you. Remember, some people are not going to get you. And you have a choice that you can do what you have been called to do, compelled to do, feel, uh, I guess, inspired to do, or you can stay still. But I want to tell you this. Staying still might make you safe, but safe will never keep you satisfied. And you have to make a choice if you want social safety or soul satisfaction. Because soul satisfaction is something that will light your soul on fire. It was something that will help you explode into your purpose. But you have to understand again, there's a choice because people will only understand what they can, and if you want societal approval or applause, or if you want, safety, just know you're not going to have soul satisfaction, because sometimes those things don't align, right? The third thing I want to share with you, and Anna, thanks so much for making the comments, is that when people don't agree with what you're doing, save your words and show your work. Again, save your words and show your work. Sometimes you just need to stop talking, because it's one thing to try to inform a person, it's another thing to try to persuade a person. Some people are not going to be persuaded by what you are trying to do. So just stop talking and save your words and just show your work. Because sometimes you just got to show people better than you can tell them. My parents used to tell us that all the time. Sometimes I can show you better than I can tell you. And if sometimes you tell people, they will try to derail you or detract you. So sometimes it's better just to excel and to operate in silence and let your work speak for itself. Let your success speak for itself. Again, save your words, show your work, and then you'll be happier and healthier, and you'll be less distracted. And the fourth thing I want to say is that elevation will always bring separation. Always. Elevation will always bring separation. I think we have to get okay to understand that some relationships will not survive your ascension. It's not. Sometimes some people are only your friends when you both are struggling. But when you get tired of struggling and you get in this mindset that you want to grow and evolve and flourish and flow and be fulfilled, sometimes those friends will no longer have anything in common with you. So be okay that separation will cause elevation, or elevation will cause separation. And it does not mean that you don't love them. It just means that you can't do life with them. I'm going to say that again. It doesn't mean that you don't love a person. It means that you cannot do life with the person, because it means that you are going in different directions. So, and here's the only option. You can stay where they are and forfeit your fulfillment and forfeit your peace and forfeit your life's work. Or you can understand that maybe you have to maybe not sever the ties, but loosen the bonds a little bit so that you can launch into a higher level of destiny. So I want you to think about that. And if this Facebook Live resonates with you, let me know in the comments that it resonates. Or if you think there's someone that who can benefit, please share. But also, I want to invite you to join I Dare to Be Me. And I Dare to Be Me, we talk about these issues, because daring to be who you are takes courage. It takes courage to follow your own conscience and not the crowd. It takes courage to follow your own truth and not blindly follow traditions. It takes courage to follow your own mind and not worry about the masses. It takes courage to be who you are. And being who you are is going to make somebody upset, because people want you to be predictable and not purposeful. But if you are going to be predictable, you're going to be remedial and not remarkable. And you were made to be remarkable. You were made to make a difference. Hey, Yvonne and Pastor Leroy. So I want you to kind of think about what you're doing. And again, these 4 principles, please think about them. I'm going to say them again. 1, I want you to remember, if you get rooted, you won't run. Stay rooted in who you are. Stay rooted in your faith beliefs. Stay rooted in your meditation. Stay rooted in your personhood. If you stay rooted in who you are, you won't run. 2, remember that people will only understand what they can. Remember, you are the one with the revelation. So don't expect other people who did not get the revelation to understand what you're doing, because your purpose does not come with the amen section. Your purpose does not come with the cheering squad. The third thing I want you to remember is to show your work and save your words. Just be quiet. You don't have to share. You don't have to try to convince or persuade people to get on your side. Because remember, you and God is really a majority anyway. You don't have to worry about a lot of people on your side. And just be okay that elevation will require separation. And just because you're separated does not mean you're not going to hurt. Sometimes being separated might make you feel sad, but just know that being alone and lonely are not the same things, right? Being alone means that you are following your convictions, because sometimes you can be with a group and still be lonely when you are betraying your soul. Nothing makes you more lonelier than betraying who you really are and not living your truth. So we talked about this today. I want you to consider if this resonates with you. If it does, I want to encourage you just to dare to be who you are, knowing that being who you are will take courage, and you may lose some friends and some resources and some invitations, but it's always better. And my pastor says this all the time. My dad used to say it too. It's better to be hated for who you are than to be loved for who you are not. I'm going to say it again. It is better to be hated for who you are than to be loved for who you are not. Because if you stay in relationships and you have to perform and hustle and lie to be liked and heard, you will not only be exhausted, you will become spiritually depleted, and depleted people become defeated people. So I hope this resonates. Thanks so much, Anna and Pastor Leroya and Yvonne, for joining me. Think about your life. Let's dare to soar higher. Think about joining I Dare to Be Me. We're starting the last part of October, and we are people who are going to challenge the status quo, because we were made to be purposeful people. We were not made and born to comply and condone and collude to any way that does not honor not only our divinity, but our identity and our individuality. Yeah. So I hope that helps. Thank you so much, Hermanana, for joining me. I hope I said that word the same. I hope I said your name right, Miss Bell. And thanks so much for joining me. And if this resonates, please share. And I'll come back and put the link to Dare to Be Me to come in. And I hope you will join us and dare to be who you are, because you were made to be, again, purposeful, never predictable, because you are too talented, you're too wise, you're too gifted to be simple, and you are too gifted to be mediocre. You are extravagant, you are elegant, you are extraordinary. So thanks so much for joining me, and blessings.